are you doing today? It's a beautiful day where I am. It has been raining the entire night and it isn't cold, but it's also raining this morning. So wherever you are, I hope you're having a beautiful weather. My name is T, and for those that have been with me, you already know my name. For the new people that are here, welcome to my channel, and I hope before you leave, you subscribe and you're gonna like this video, and you can also share it with everyone that you know. In today's video, I would like to give you an insight to the story that I've been talking about in my previous two videos. I don't really want to call it a part 2 of that video, but it is something. I want to give you the story of what happened to this person so that you can understand why I am so much into this issue, why this issue has been affecting me a lot. So like I said previously, this person that is involved, I know her personally, and I would say I grew up with her, like I grew up knowing her, but obviously you would not know what's going on if the person doesn't open up and tell you what's happening. And one thing that I know for sure is they grew up in a poor, probably family, and it was a few siblings that were staying together, and their parents were staying out of town. So she then she didn't have to take the responsibility, but the responsibility just came on her, that because they had other younger siblings, she had to look after. So I wouldn't really say the parents were not offending for them, but I think because of the poor background, the parents could only do, I don't know what they could do. And then she didn't have issues with her mom, but probably her mom had issues with her. So she never had a relationship with her mother from the time they were growing. And remember, these kids were left when they were young. They were very young, like they were still in primary school. They had to look after each other when they were still in primary school. So there were times when I remember her telling me there were times when they had no food to eat in the house. There were times when they had no soap to bath with or cream to apply, and there were times when she actually had to just wash the uniforms with water because there was no soap to wash the clothing. And the situation that she found herself in pushed her to do things that are unthinkable today. Like, she would go to she would, like, when she's passing people's yards, people's gardens, back then, people never used to have high walls and, fencing and things like that. So you could actually pass by people's yard and, have access to whatever that is there. So she went through those things where she found herself getting to take other people's things, like getting to take vegetables, tomatoes from people's gardens so that she can go home and cook for her siblings. She really went through a very difficult time, to the point where apparently, she told me when she was 12 years old, she, like when you're staying in the township area, I mean, every person knows every person. I mean, you talk to everyone, you greet people because you're staying in the same area and you know each other. So that's how she came to know the person that abused her. So I can't really say she was an attractive little girl. I didn't see that at that time. She was just a normal child, and she said there was a day when it was bad, like there was nothing for her to give the younger ones, and there was this man or boy, but way older than her, that she knew, they just used to call him brother or something. And she decided to go ask him, because she thought if she can borrow some money, then when the parents comes, they can pay back. So that was the intention, apparently, when she went to this man. She wanted to ask if they can, lend her money so that when the parents comes, they can pay the money back. So this is when this whole thing started. So this man said to her, it's okay, apparently your parents doesn't have to pay back the money as long as you do one thing for me. So this is how she found herself in this situation. This is how she found herself being abused, because for her, she got the money on the day. She went home, she bought soap, she bought the things that she needed for her siblings. And this man told her that, you know what, whenever you need anything, you can come back, So this is how she found herself in this situation. And because she was a minor, and because I'm not going to go back into talking about, how uneducated, how we all know how the situation was back then, where there was no exposure when it comes to all these things. So she, at that time, according to her, there was pain involved in whatever happened. And also the other thing is, she really felt, she said, when it happened the first time, she really felt that there's something wrong, something, But because she had no relationship with her mom, and she felt even if she was going to tell her mom, whatever, the mom was not going to believe her. Okay, so as I was saying, that there was an exposure as to when it comes to information for these kids, which is very, very important, that kids need to have enough education at a younger age. As they grow up, they know what's going on. So this is what happened to this child. This happened to this girl. And currently, she is in her 40s, and she's also got kids. And for her to come out and talk about it, it's number one, the relationship with her mother was strained from that time. So because she was a close child, because she did not speak to anyone about this whole ordeal, she became so closed, and she never had like a proper relationship with her mother. And I think now, since she's got kids, it was affecting her. For her to like now start talking about it, like it was affecting her. She become paranoid. Like if the child just lies a little, she would scream at the child, because now it's like that small 12-year-old girl came back when she's 40-something years old. And it was becoming very difficult for her, because I remember I had a conversation with her at one stage when she just kept telling me she needed to see a psychologist or a therapist because she's not okay, and it's like the past is coming back. And this is another thing that I also want us to educate each other on, where don't ever think that the bad things that happen to your child in the past, even if when they're grown up, it's in the past. It's never, as long as it's not dealt with, as long as she's never spoken about it, as long as she's not at peace with that, it's still gonna come back, and it's gonna impact this person negatively. It doesn't matter how old this person is. And I can tell you this for sure, that you need to to deal with these issues. These are issues that you cannot just put one side because they are there. They are not going anywhere until such a time that you deal with them, then you can be able to like move on properly with your life. Otherwise, indirectly, because many times we tend to just ignore, and we won't even know that we are impacted negatively in our day-to-day life because of what happened to us in the past. You will just find yourself, you're a bitter person. This was a bitter woman, and I hope all this is going to come to an end for her, because she used to be bitter. She used to be, when she was talking to me, it was very sad when eventually she had to open up and tell me about this, which is not very long time ago, like a couple of weeks ago. And she's telling me how broken she is inside. She's telling me how much she's tried to forget about her past, how much she's tried to, keep it to herself, and she didn't want to tell anyone about this because she was also scared of being judged. She was also, because now as she's grown up, now she's exposed to information, now she knows, she's heard about people that were actually victimized after they came out and said, this is what happened to me, So she's going through a lot, and she was trying to avoid being victimized as well, being judged as well. Because she was being judged in her family. Her siblings were judging her for a relationship with her mother. Because they're young, you can't blame them. And I think the only part that I would say they were wrong was because they were judging their sister, not knowing that she went through a lot. Just probably for them to have food on the table for them. She sacrificed a lot. So a lot of people, a lot of girls, they're going through this every day. And it's something that people don't talk about. It's something that people, they don't see that it's the importance of these girls' future based on their past. They don't realize that it affects them as they're growing up. A lot of people, they don't. And it really pains me a lot, because I think for me, abuse, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, whether it's a child, it has been something that from the time I was young, it's something that has been very close to my heart, something that I think no one really I'm sorry guys, but yeah, it affects me a lot. It really, and also given the fact that I was in an abusive marriage myself, it's like, it just hits home. It's like, and also for this person, it hits home for me because I've got a girl child. And I sit down and I look at her, I'm like, God, I need your help here. I need you to help me to bring up this child, not like that girl. She must be able to tell me everything. She must be able to look at me and say, Mommy, somebody did this to me, or somebody wanted to do this to me, So guys, I think we're going to close this video now. I'm at work. But I thought I needed to get you guys in the picture in relation to the subject that I've been talking about in 2 videos. She's okay. She's doing well after she had, because initially, now she had a conversation with her mom, and she was encouraged to speak out. But she hasn't addressed it with her mother yet. But yeah, she's okay. And I'm also asking you guys to pray for her. This is something that happened, and it's not just a story that I had. It's somebody that I know, and I would ask for your prayers for this lady now, so that she can be strong enough to move on with her life and to be able to bring up, especially her daughter, properly, because it's difficult for her. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video, and please, 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 please don't forget to subscribe. I can see the subscriptions are coming up. I know Rome was not built in a day. It took years for them to build it, so it's okay. It's okay, and I see the views are coming up as well. So I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that this video touches someone, and I hope that this video helps one girl child somewhere, and I pray that also helps mothers out there to be able to bring their kids up in the right way, you know, and for us mothers to be able to protect our own kids as well, for us mothers to be able to listen to our kids as well. So this is the main reason why I did this, you know, why I had to come back 3 times talking about the same subject, because I know that there are a lot of girls that are affected out there that cannot speak out, you know, there are a lot of them. So I hope that somebody is going to be able to have access to this video and help one person out there to be able to speak out, so that they can have a good life, that, you know what, they can put their past, they can leave their past in the past and focus on their future. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and also your views and your opinions, and probably your stories as well. Like, you know, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Love you all.